Hi everyone, Derek here again, and today I'm going to be doing something slightly different. I've just been watching a couple of Zed videos and people coming up with their own ideas and stuff like that, so I thought I'll do one of mine and hopefully can get you guys to comment and give me a bit of feedback, and we'll go from there. So we all know currently that Zed's having a problem of the market is just basically pretty much hit the floor. I mean, this floor price is super low and not many are buying, and unless something's done, this is never going to change. But you also got to do the right things, otherwise it makes it worse. Now, coming from a different virtual horse racing game, I've seen how how companies can make just mistakes that just blow your mind and will frustrate you to hell. As you could tell there, I was frustrated just thinking about them. But with Zed, I think, this is early and is a beta, and I do believe in the team. I do think they're going to make the right changes. I'm just hoping that if people keep sending in their ideas together as a community, and with Zed we can hopefully send them the right ideas to improve the game for everybody for the long haul, not just the short haul. So on that theory, I'm going to give everyone my idea. So I've got a Word document here, and I'm just going to basically read it out and comment as I go along. So I've been thinking that obviously the amount of supply of horses is just going to keep going up, and one of the biggest problems I see, which I do mention further down in this document, is if you doubled this number today, right, let's just say everyone was allowed to breed as many times as they wanted to in the next month. It was just a feature said done, say. What would happen to all the horses currently if we doubled this? And with the current race structure that we got, all that happen is the worst or the mediocre horses would get worse, because there'd be so many good ones coming out and people wouldn't race the mediocres anymore, and the donkeys obviously will have even less places to run than what they currently do now. So this is what I've based this document on. So I'll just read it, and then hopefully you guys can comment and give me some positive and negative feedback, because I do like the positive and negative. I can see some positives and negatives with both of these things, but we'll go from there. What I'll do as well, I'll just zoom this in just in case people want to pause and read. If I can find out where zoom is, there it is. Zoom. Just go to 200%, that should be okay. Right. I have been thinking now how it might be possible to burn horses if this is what is needed in the long run. I think to keep the game real, we could base it on real life horse racing, and horses can only race from ages 2 to 10 before they can retire. So just like in real horse racing, when horses on the flat tend to get to about the age of 10, I mean, to be fair, a little bit earlier than that they just retire because they just can't compete with the young ones anymore. So now I'm just going to go through the bullet points down here. So your horse will start at age 1, and you'll be able to race them for free to work out what distance they might like, and you could fix this distance to you're allowed to race at 1 sprinter at 1200, 1 mid distance at 1800, and 1 marathon at 22. So this will give you the idea of roughly where you might want to start entering your horse for paid races. Horses that do not want to race to keep their unraced for breeding, so the ones that like not racing to give you a bit of a better bloodline and stuff like that, they can either press a button to move to age 2 straight away, or you just do nothing for 30 days and then they automatically go to age 2. So age 1 is almost like, age 1 you could literally be raced with 3 races within 10 minutes and you'll also be age 2. But from age 2 to 10, it'd be over a period of months, which I go into a bit more detail here. So once you've reached age 2, Zed would need to put a rule in that every horse will age by 1 every X amount of months. So I'm thinking every 3, maybe 4 months, but in the examples below I'm going to stick with 3 months as it says here. A horse can only race to age 10, so 2 years 6 months, and that's it. So you get a horse, you've got your horse on the track, 2 years 6 months later, it can't run no more. It's forced to retire. But once it's age 10, you'll still be able to breed from that horse up to age 15. So another 1 year, 3 months based on if it ages by every 3 months. So this is a total you can use your horse for 3 years, 9 months. Once you reach the age of 15, it's retired, burns, and moved into a Zed wallet called Hall of Fame, where you'll be able to get all the horse data, that's retired. So basically, when everyone's horses start retiring, it just moves into a database somewhere where you can still get historical data, so you can compare it to new and old horses. So the whole point of this is we need to make it that all horses that are bred in the future are still basically usable. If we don't do something, they're never going to be usable. And in my mind, I'm not thinking short term either, I'm thinking long term. What happens tomorrow if the said population triples? The situation we're in right now only gets worse. If you kind of have more horses breeding, more people coming in, the supply and demand so much that as long as you can keep up with you can even change breeding. In that was the case, you can go from go back to fillies can do 2 and colts can do 6 or something. As long as you keep moving, I think it improves everything in the long run. I mean, there are, I'm sure I'm missing something and people will come to me, and I understand that everyone that's just bought like a legendary horse, because this is only obviously for legendary below, not Genesis horses. People that just bought legendary horse, say maybe for 5 Ethereum, might not want to race it only for 3 years, 6 months, because they planned it will take 5 years to get their money back. But I don't think right now, as it is, many people have done that, and you could always just give them a bit of a warning. You could say this is coming in a year's time or something like that. As I'm trying to think, it's very hard to do a balance from bottom to top, and obviously right now, if you class 1, I could just see getting worse and worse in the future. I don't have any class 1 horses. I don't know what it's like now, but eventually what happens is you'll have the top horses, and eventually the ones that can't downgrade into class 2 will just stop running, because what's the point of running against top horses if you can't beat them? Now, if you keep burning these horses, it might take you, how many times do you have to race your horse until you find out? Like I've just found out, like I've been running a load of mine that only raced like 20 times. I've taken them up to 50, 60 times, and I've learned even more. And I've got another one that was only raced 60 times. I've taken it to like 100 plus now, and I'm learning more and more from my horses every time I race them. So it does go to show you definitely need to race quite a bit to work out your horse, because there's so much randomness in Zed why you don't know why you win or lose. And unless they put something in to tell you why you've won or lose, which I don't think they ever will, and I don't think they should either, you're always going to have to race your horses lots, and you're going to always need a chance. So this whole burn process of mine, I think, could do that. I don't know, but this is what I need your help for. I need you to come back with the negatives for me and the positives if I've not mentioned any. So here's some positive and negatives I've just written down here. So positive, top horses will retire, so there will always be a supply and demand to breed and buy more, and obviously the more that are bred, the more money Zed makes, so they can go for this. It could put a price cap on all top horses, so this is a negative, sorry. It could put a price cap on all top horses because you can't run forever, but you might be able to counter this by giving people big pots to go for in tournaments. So if, let's just say, a horse does age once every 3 months, there's nothing stopping Zed saying that for each age group you just have a big tournament at the end of those 3 months. And I'm talking big, I'm not talking £300,000 like the current tournament. I'm talking £1 million prize pots, because the more people that come in, the more prize pots Zed are going to be able to increase the prize pots. And I'm not talking just for the best players either. You could literally do each class, each blood type, keep it sort of fun for everybody, and give everyone a chance depending on what horse you've got. Obviously not every horse will have a chance, but it will be a lot more horses would have a chance if you'd done it that way. Anyway, okay, yeah, so this positive, I just said this just a minute ago about, you know, you got 125,000 horses currently. If you doubled it, that would increase the bar. So, you know, doing this would hopefully bring that bar to a level field all the time, or you still have your good and bad horses, but there wouldn't be an overpopulated amount of good horses and not an overpopulated amount of bad horses either. Once the game has extra features, so this is the thing I really want Zed to put in quickly. Like, we need different goings. People need to. Maybe it's a bit too early because we can't do any in-house training or anything like that. But there has to be different goings and more skill put in the game. I could give you a massive reason why there should be more skill in the game, but I'm not going to on a video. If you want to know that, you're going to have to message me. But there is a reason why they need skill in the game, and I don't want to say on a video. Anyway, negative. I think notice. Oh yeah, so this, I said this as well earlier on. So anyone that's currently got a horse that maybe they've paid a lot of money for, they're not going to want to all of a sudden be told it's going to retire. So you might need to give a bit more notice than the 3 years to start off with. You know, you might have to say horse who can rate to like age 15 or something when you first start, just because some people have obviously spent a lot of money on horses. So yeah, anyway, I don't know if this video will be liked. I have no idea what it's going to sound like when I post it, but anyway, hopefully you like it. I really would appreciate if you do comment on this idea. Once I've got some comments on it, I'm going to obviously edit it and then type it all up again and obviously send it to Zed. And I kind of really want to start sending them ideas because, like I said, I've been part of a different virtual horse racing game before, and I can see, you know, I don't want the same mistakes to happen there as what happened over there. Anyway, I'll cut the video there. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, it would be very much appreciated, and I'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.